to the NBA All-Star Game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg.
And you know what? This is probably, Kevin, my favorite date on the NBA calendar. I mean, with the amazing collection of players we have here tonight, this year promises to be an epic event.
Absolutely.
Guys, it always is. I mean, the privilege of playing in this game means so much to every one of these players. I mean, being on this huge stage brings out the best in the NBA's biggest superstars.
This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. I'll look at the West All-Stars starting group. They've got Klay Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Curry in at the point.
And you know, there were a couple of records that fell at last year's All-Star game, but to me, the most shocking one of all, the number of three-pointers made. 48. I mean, the teams, they combined for 48 threes. And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And, Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
Wall, that's good.
And this game literally has been wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
And if you remember last year, I mean, no star shined brighter in this game than Russell Westbrook. How about 41 points, just one off Wilt Chamberlain's all-time record? And I'd say Russell was a very deserving MVP.
Here's Davis, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Davis kicks to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Another miss by Curry.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide-open opportunities.
Thompson dishes to Curry. Passes it to Davis. Davis sets a screen. Kicks it to Cousins. Now Thompson. Chris Bosh with the rebound. That All-Star Game scoring record of Wilt Chamberlain, which Westbrook came so close to breaking last year, has now, Greg, been on the books for over 50 years.
Whoa! And I'd have to say the decibel level just rose about 300% in here.
Certainly sounds like it. I mean, there's nothing these fans love to see more than highlight reel dunks, and that one certainly qualifies.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, the All-Star Game D is in full effect. They typically clamp it down in the second half.
And you know, this game, yeah, in a lot of ways, guys, has belonged to the Western Conference the entire decade. I mean, and last year they got the job done again. So although it did come down to the wire, the end result still was Western Conference dominance.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
Cousins inside. He's covered by Bosh. That's good. And although victory for the Western Conference has been a theme in the All-Star Game recently, another trend, Greg, that was repeated last year was the East digging a big hole for itself. And you and I were talking about this, digging that hole for themselves early in the game and then mounting the huge comeback.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the East came back from 20 points down in the first half to tie it up in the fourth quarter. But once again, the comeback bid failed to come to fruition.
And they are cooking, on fire right now, really flowing well.
Curry passes to Cousins. Screen by Cousins. Curry kicks to Davis. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
Here's James. It's rebounded by the West.
And, guys, just thinking back to last year's All-Star Game, I mean, something that was really special. How about the sight of Powell and Marc Gasol, two brothers facing each other on the opening jump ball?
Drummond a screen. Leonard against DeRozan. LeBron a screen on Leonard. And it's Drummond missing. That moment when the Gasol brothers competed for the opening tip really was unique. It was the first time two siblings have ever started an NBA All-Star game.
And you could sense, Kevin, that the significance was not lost on them. They both talked about how much it meant to them. It was just a really cool moment to be a part of.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tyronn Lue.
I talked to Coach about All-Star Weekend, and he said it's been a blast hanging out with everyone in the NBA. Coach said, usually I'm staying up late scheming ways to shut one guy down or take apart a defense. It's nice to have a breather and just have a little bit of fun. We couldn't agree more.
Thanks, Doris.
And there's such a sense of history that surrounds the All-Star game. I mean, this is the 65th time this event has been held, and you think back on all the legends of the NBA. They've all made their mark in some way on this contest.
James kicks to Bosh. Outside DeRozan. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries. And you talked about NBA legends, Greg, putting their stamp on this game. How about, for instance, Wilt Chamberlain's 42 points and 24 rebounds in that 1962 All-Star game?
Wow, I mean, that was amazing. What about Michael Jordan following up his epic win in the '88 Slam Dunk Contest with 40 points and the MVP award as well the next night? So just so many great memories from this event.
Outside Leonard. It's Curry outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
James dishes the Wall. Bosh high post. Back to Wall. The 11-footer goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
Curry wide open. Hits it from three-point range. Curry's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the West All-Stars.
And guys, you know, we've had some All-Star game shootouts over the years, but really nothing compares to what we saw last year. The teams combined for 321 points. That's just mind-boggling.
And Drummond throws it down.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second-chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
And they double up Davis. Tries from 10, and it's Cousins. That time on the assist by Davis. And that's now 6 points here for Cousins. Greg, you brought up last year's game, that unbelievable 163-158 win for the West, and it was indeed the highest scoring All-Star game of all time.
Yeah, and I mean, defense has never been what the All-Star game's about, but that was out of control and made for one heck of a show. In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Cousins has gotten everything to drop so far, shooting 4 of 4. Outside, Wall. Bosh, the screen. Here's DeRozan, and good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's his 4th straight make right out the chute. He's setting a pretty high standard for himself here.
Just like you draw it up before you come out.
The West making some changes. Durant's checked in for Davis. Harden comes in for Thompson, in for Curry. Outside Westbrook, and the pass to Cousins. Puts up the baby hook. Can't get it to fall.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Cousins against Drummond. No good from Cousins. He's with the ball. Outside, Wall. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. DeRozan passes to Drummond. The shot is off. Nice D from Cousins.
And what a show Russell Westbrook put on a year ago at the All-Star game. I mean, you could tell early on that he was looking to take over and leave his mark.
Wall dishes to Drummond. Bosh, the screen. James kicks to Wall. That three off the mark. LeBron against Durant. And that one's good. Durant's got his first basket.
Are you kidding? I mean, this is an all-star finish if ever I've seen one.
And that's one of the plays people are going to remember and talk about from this year's game for sure.
Butler, he's checked in for the East. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And here are the East All-Stars now. And Wall kicks to LeBron. Harden with the defensive effort.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
1:29 left to play in the first quarter. And the shot is good. 10 points for DeMar DeRozan.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in a zone.
I think they've got to consider, Greg, throwing a few different looks his way early on, especially if he keeps shooting like this.
It's Durant on the wing, covered by LeBron. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Westbrook's got his first 2 points of the night.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Here's Bosh. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Cans the 12-footer. Bosh has got his third basket of the night.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Durant, the pass to Aldridge. That's good.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And here's Wall. He's got 7. Unloads from 9. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 6th assist on the night. Westbrook. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. West All-Stars lead by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we welcome you back to the NBA All-Star Game as we get set to begin the second quarter.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star Game.
Anthony out there with Paul George. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Bosh in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars.
Yeah, a little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Aldridge misses.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Lowry dishes to Bosch. 5 to shoot. Cannot hit. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Durant kicks to Thompson. A 3-ball. And it's the East with the rebound. Bosch has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Outside Lowry. Pass to Anthony. And it's off from 3-point range. Balanced scoring, Clark, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score it. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
Here's what the East is going with right now. Drummond's checked in for Bosch. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Jimmy Butler. It's Anthony with the drive. That drops. Anthony's got his first 2 points.
And that was Lowry with that fire hydrant build setting the nice screen there.
The dish to Davis. Outside, Green. Right side, Curry. Plenty of space. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Curry's got the lead up to 4 now for the West All-Stars. Drummond with a screen on Green. George passes to Drummond. Great D that time from Davis. And the West All-Stars have possession. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. On its way from Curry for 2. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, and you can't allow, if you're the opponent, to have that guy continue to beat you in that manner on the backboard.
Sinks the 3-pointer. And it's a 9-point West All-Star lead.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Outside Lowry. Back to George. To halt the run. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. George has got his first basket of the night.
He's so tough to guard. He can fake you one way and then just spin right by you.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
George sets a screen for Anthony. For 3. Here's Drummond, and that one is hammered home.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Screen by Cousins. Thompson for the triple. Here's Davis, and he gets it to go. Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, I love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
Yeah, and you know, Melo voted into the All-Star game last year, played in front of the home crowd in New York. In a lot of ways, what must have been a dream come true for him.
Lowry dishes to Carmelo. And the layup is good. And now just a 3-point West All-Star lead.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
For Carmelo, I'm sure he wished he had a better performance in that All-Star game. Clark, 6 of 20 from the field.
Yeah, I think he was probably forcing the issue a bit, playing in New York in front of the home fans. I think he'll look to redeem himself here.
Paul Millsap is checked in for the East. Thomas comes in for Kyle Lowry. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Bryant is checked in for Klay Thompson. Green kicks to Curry. Pass to Davis. Back to Curry. He dishes it to Cousins. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 10 points here for Cousins.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Thomas with the ball. Drummond with a screen on Curry. Here's Thomas. Feeds it to Drummond. Great D that time from Davis.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Curry can't get it to go. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Thomas up top. Defended by Bryant. And that one's good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Curry against Thomas. Kobe passes to Davis. Millsap with the steal. It's off his leg. And it's being called a kickball. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for the West. Ball comes in for Curry.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Here's Paul. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Paul's got his first bucket in this one. Wade dishes to Thomas. Back to Wade. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Millsap a screen, and it's Wade in the corner. Outside Millsap. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Outside Green. The shot is off. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. Out to the right wing. Millsap has the open look. Again, Millsap missing.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Or the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Here's Bogut, and he goes in for the dunk.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking them.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and it's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
And the East with some changes. James checked in for George, and it's DeRozan in for Dwayne Wade. The West also making some changes. Kawhi Leonard comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Harden in for Green. Here's Thomas. Millsap a screen on Paul. Thomas kicks to Millsap. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
When they pulled up from mid-range, more often than not, they've buried it.
And that shot might not be the number one option, but if the D will give it to you and you get it in rhythm, that's the one you take.
Paul kicks to Harden. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it.
Offensively, He can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Outside Millsap. Drummond a screen. Millsap passes to Drummond. The West All-Stars pull it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball, unable to help them close this gap.
Kobe with the brilliant assist that time.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Now here's LeBron. Drummond a screen. DeRozan. And the rejection by Leonard.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And here's Harden for 3, and he gets it to go. Harden's got 7 points in the game. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the West All-Stars.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Here's Bryant. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Thomas kicks to Millsap. Drummond dishes to Millsap to halt the run, and he drops that one in. Millsap's got his second bucket.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Paul against Thomas. Paul's shot is off.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Thomas passes to Millsap. It's Drummond with the drive. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Drummond's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the East All-Stars. To the paint, here's Leonard. No good. Good work defensively by Millsap. 1:03 left in the first half. Thomas, no good.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Kobe kicks to Leonard. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got 4 assists now tonight.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Outside Millsap. Drummond sets the screen for Millsap. It's stolen by Bogut.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly but very efficiently.
It's Drummond with the drive. In for his 7th make in 13 tries.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
LeBron against Kobe. Screen by Bogut, and Bryant kicks to Paul. Drills the three-pointer. Paul's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And so that brings the first half to a close. West All-Stars out in front. They lead by 13. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the first half of the All-Star game, and I would never try to speak for Shaq and Kenny.
Please don't.
But I have certainly been enjoying the action. Have you been enjoying the action, Shaq?
Are you looking at me, Ernie?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the action, Ernie. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, this is a great first half. Can't wait for the second.
And guys, some memorable All-Star Weekend competitions over the years, but what a stacked roster this year's West All-Stars have. Wow. I don't think anyone's surprised they've had the upper hand in sportsmanship and in the scoring so far tonight.
Well, the West has been the most dominant conference for quite some time now, and they're showing why that's the case. The depth of the Western Conference and the All-Star game is something that usually gives them an advantage. All these guys are just here to have fun, but deep down, they're competing to win.
And I think no matter how deep we see the Western Conference, the top stars in the East want to try to get back on top here tonight.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
And we return to the NBA All-Star Game. One half is in the books, and the second half about to begin.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the West All-Stars, Curry is out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
LeBron dishes the wall. Unloads from 13. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Curry passes to Thompson. Dishes it to Davis. Over in the corner, Cousins. Davis kicks to Thompson. Here's the 3. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Thompson's got the first bucket of the third here for the West All-Stars. Outside Bosch. Steps back and shoots. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Bosch has got 8.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Curry, good.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Takes it from 10. Bosch grabs the miss. Bosch has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
James kicks to Drummond. Can't get it to go. Good D by Thompson. And here's the West with the ball. Outside Curry. The feed to Davis. Leonard dishes to Curry. Another miss by Curry. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's James. He feeds it to Drummond. And he gets it to go. Drummond's got 16.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy. I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Davis sets a screen. Curry passes to Thompson. From past the arc. Wall grabs the board.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Curry outside. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an all-star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. I mean, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
The wide open look here for DeRozan. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And Thompson kicks to Davis. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Davis has got 10.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Drummond a screen. To the inside. Leonard with the steal. Curry against Wall. Curry dishes to Thompson. Back to Curry. And it's sent back by Drummond. And he gets it back. And then Cousins with the dunk. Now Wall. He's got 7. A big group substitution here for the East. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Andre Drummond. Paul George comes in for LeBron. Butler, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Kyle Lowry in for John Wall. The West also making some changes. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Cousins. Durant comes in for Leonard. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Steph Curry. The drive by Anthony. And the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got 8 points.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Davis against Anthony. And it's Davis missing. Clark, they're looking now at a sizable deficit.
Yeah, you know, they've got a lot of work ahead of them, but no reason to give up hope right now.
Yes, definitely not, guys. Not with all the time that's still left in this game.
Every All-Star game, you can count on it. You're going to see some heart-stopping plays. That was another one.
Thompson passes to Westbrook. Takes it from 10. The shot, no good. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. And George kicks to Lowry. Here's Bosh. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. And 12 points for Chris Bosh.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Anthony dishes to Bosh. And he makes good on the layup. Bosh has got 14 points for the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Bosh passes to George. Clock at 6. Back to Bosh. Fires the 3. And Davis pulls it down. Aldridge kicks to Westbrook. It's Davis on the wing. Back to Westbrook. Butler against Durant. Davis dishes to Thompson. Lets it fly from 18. And Anthony Davis again. Davis has got 14 points for the game. Here is Lowry. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Bosch, a screen on Thompson. Lowry passes to Bosch. Durant against George. Back to Bosch. Just 5 on the clock. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And that's now 17 points for Chris Bosch. Westbrook drives in. Shot is no good. Nice D from Bosch.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Here's George. That's good. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Westbrook kicks to Aldridge. Passes it to Westbrook. Outside, Davis. With the fadeaway. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
James Harden. He's checked in for Thompson. Here's Lowry. Basket is good. The assist from Bosch. Lowry's got his first bucket of the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
And George, here we go. Bosch. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Bosch has got 13 points in the second half. Westbrook against Lowry. And Westbrook gets it to go.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Anthony right side. Bosch sets the pick for Anthony. The shot by George, wide open. And the lead is down inside single digits. George has got 5 points now in the quarter. Outside Westbrook. The kick out to Aldridge. Here's Davis through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Anthony on the wing. There's the triple. Kevin Durant with the rebound. The West All-Stars with the ball. 17 points was their biggest margin. Launches a 3. And it's the East with the rebound. Bosch has got 7 rebounds in the game. And George, here we go. The West All-Stars pull it in. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Aldridge, and it's sent back by Bosch. Anthony with it, picked up by Aldridge. Outside Lowry. They set the pick. The shot by Butler, nobody around. The three-pointer off the mark. Harden outside. He kicks it to Aldridge, pulls it from the elbow. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And it's 6 points for LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge has gone 3 for 7 tonight. Bosch, a screen on Westbrook. Lowry dishes to Bosch. No good from outside. 3-on-3. Here's Harden. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Harden's got 9 points.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
The wide open look here for Bosch. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bosch has got 16 here in the second half.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Throws it up high, and it's Davis with the jam.
What a beautiful pass to set that one up.
The pass might have been pretty, but the finish, I thought, Clark, angry.
That's a heck of a combination. Pretty pass and an angry punch.
And that's what makes the alley-oop such a terrific play when you're able to execute it.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash-mouth basketball, taking it inside.
And Westbrook, here we go. And yes, sir, that one drops. Westbrook's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Bosch, a screen on Durant. Here's George. Can't get it to go. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. West All-Stars lead by 14. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
And here are the East All-Stars. It's a 14-point game. We've got DeRozan, D-Wade out there with Wall. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's LeBron in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. And he gets the bucket.
And that's exactly what they need to do right now. I mean, just attack the basket. And, hey, if you get fouled, maybe you get some free throws out of it.
And Green slams it in.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
LeBron passes to Drummond. Wade kicks to James. The baseline J. The West All-Stars pull it in.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
Thompson against Wall. Wade outside. DeRozan in the corner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. 17 points for DeMar DeRozan. Kicks to Cousins. Goes up the baseline. Cousins missing again. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Wall with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. DeRozan a screen on Leonard. There's the pass to James. No good.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Thompson dishes to Curry. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And it's sent back by Drummond. Wall passes to LeBron. Outside, Wall takes the 13-footer, and the rejection by Leonard. Wade with no one around. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Love the work there. They got the most out of that possession.
Thompson outside. The drive by Green. Green with a screen for Thompson. Shot clock at 6. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Dwayne Wade. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Davis is checked in. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Drummond a screen. And Wall kicks to DeRozan. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Here's Thompson. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. LeBron's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to Wall. LeBron outside. Takes the 3. That's good.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Davis kicks to Curry. Here's Cousins. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 6 rebounds in the game. And here's Wall. There's the dish to Millsap. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 9th assist in the game now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Chris Bosh is checked in for the East. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. His three-pointer's off the mark. Thompson's gone 1 of 5 from three-point territory. Wall dishes to James. From 11 feet away, here's Drummond, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that one had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
But, Greg, they can't relax yet. I mean, they've still got plenty of work to do here.
Stolen by Thompson. Curry against James, and stolen by LeBron. Pass to Wall. Back to LeBron. LeBron is screen on Curry. Clock at 6. And again, LeBron missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Leonard the pass to Curry. For the 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 6 assists now in the game.
Wow. Wow. What a great performance from him. He's hit 3 in each half.
And Wall kicks to James. Feeds to DeRozan. Back to Drummond. And he banks in the layup. Drummond's got 20 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
It's Curry with the drive. Rejected by Wall. Looking to get it going. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from James. Outside Curry. Davis setting the pick for Curry. He dishes it to Davis. The feed to Cousins, and that one's good.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high-percentage looks.
No one near James as he lets it go. Puts up the baby hook, and it's Drummond missing.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Leonard, no luck. The East All-Stars on offense. Here's DeRozan. Thompson with the rebound. And so here are the West All-Stars. 6-point lead. Outside Curry. Back to Thompson. On the wing, bullseye.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Outside, Wall dishes it to LeBron. Outside, DeRozan. Another shot. Good on that shot, and with that, the West All-Stars lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Drummond. Curry with it. Thompson outside. Thompson is double. Here's Curry. East grabs the miss. Drummond's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Wall dishes to Bosh. Fires the three. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Wall. Now it's just a 3-point West All-Star lead. DeRozan's gone 2 for 3 from deep. Thompson outside. And Cousins kicks to Leonard. Misses from short range. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Drummond with a screen on Curry. LeBron against Leonard. James. No one near Wall as he lets it go. Had the space there, but it's offline. Outside Curry. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by James. And Leonard gets it to go.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
And the East All-Stars making a change here. Butler's checked in. Russell Westbrook's checked in for the West. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. They trail by 6. James, the pass to Wall. Back to LeBron. He feeds it to Drummond. Leonard with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Westbrook kicks to Leonard. From 8. And it falls over the rim and in. And it's an 8-point West All-Star lead. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the West All-Stars.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Westbrook with it. Butler covering, puts it up from 15. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
Bosh, the screen. James dishes the Wall. To end the run, feeds it to Bosh. It's stolen by Davis. Here's the break. On up the court. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
Passes to Drummond. And stolen by Cousins. Butler against Westbrook. Thompson outside. He kicks it to Cousins. Runner in the lane. And off the fryer, and in it goes. Cousins has got 10 points in just the second half. James against Thompson. Top of the key. LeBron's shot is good. Now here's Westbrook. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Butler against Thompson. Now here's Leonard. He's tightly guarded, and he gets the bucket.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
LeBron kicks to Wall. Drummond a screen. Butler goes in. That one goes. Count.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
And the West All-Stars with possession. 17 points was their biggest margin. Outside Westbrook. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And for the West, that's 2 All-Star victories in a row and 5 wins in the last 6 years. It's been a dominant decade in this event for the Western Conference. Probably a fitting illustration, guys, of where the majority of the talent is in the league these days.
Incredibly deep, you're right, and it shows year after year. Well, we hope everyone's enjoyed watching the All-Star Game 2016 as much as we have enjoyed bringing it to you. So, for Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long from Toronto.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith in the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP. Anthony Davis. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to exert his control over the tempo of the game. Shaq, what'd you like about his game?
Well, he had fun out there. He also didn't shy away from putting on that flash and pizzazz to make the highlights. I thought he gave the fans a gutsy performance. All the celebrities stopped looking at me and started waving at him. We had a couple of good candidates, but he deserved it.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that'll do it for this year's All-Star Game. Some splendid talent on display tonight. For Shaquille O'Neal and for Kenny the Jet Smith and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again to start up the NBA's second half of the season.